We're doing it. State of the collection video. Hi, my name's Luca. This is my first ever YouTube video, brand new channel. Figured I'd do a state of the collection video for watches. I've been collecting more seriously for like the last 5 years, but I've been into watches a lot longer. And it's that time of the year. Everyone's doing their state of the collection videos, so I figured I would throw my hat in the ring, like why not? And yeah, we're gonna go through it. Okay, here it is. Here is the collection for 2025. This is where we're up to. 8 watches. I feel like it's a good number, you know, one for every day of the week and then one on the wrist. So we'll start up here. This is the first watch that, or the first luxury watch that I ever purchased. This is of course, the Tudor Black Bay 58. I feel like there's a whole new generation of watch enthusiasts who are starting their luxury journey with a Tudor. Some people call this the Bland Bay 58. It is what it is. I think it's versatile. I think it's very versatile. But I've actually upgraded this one ever so slightly. And if you know your Tudors, if you know your Black Bays, you may have already spotted it. So I actually added the Tudor Ranger bracelet. And what that does is 2 things. So it gets rid of the faux rivets on the side, which, you know, I didn't hate, but I didn't love at the same time. It gets rid of that kind of stepped bracelet, that kind of old school stepped 50s design, and gives it a more contemporary kind of flush design. And it adds the on-the-fly micro adjust system in the clasp. So I feel like it works really well on the blue dial model because this one looks a little more clean, a little more contemporary. And here it is on my wrist. I think I have a 6 1/4 inch wrist, and it just fits amazing. That kind of 39 mil size just wears really well on everyone's wrist. Just a classic. Can't go wrong, really. Okay, next up, we're going for another diver, but we're going Seiko this time. What collection would be complete without a Seiko diver? This one is very much a if you know, you know kind of watch. So this is probably one of my favorite watches in the collection. This is the Seiko SJE093, otherwise known as the 62 MAS or 62 MOS reissue. So this is a reissue of Seiko's first ever dive watch from 1965, which is really, really cool. It does come on a rubber sort of like tropic looking strap, but I changed it up for the sailcloth. I think it just sort of elevates it a little bit more. This is very much a Grand Seiko, but it has Seiko on the dial. I think they make this in the same factory that they make the Grand Seikos in. This is a limited edition as well. They made 1,965 pieces as a nod to 1965, the original year that this was released. And so yeah, it was a limited edition, less than 2,000 of them out there, and I was able to get one at retail in the store in London, so I was super, super happy about that. Okay, this is it on wrist. Has that kind of vintage proportions. So this is a 38 mil. I think they even say 37 point something on paper, but it definitely fits like a 38. Just wears amazing. Very, very comfortable. Love how this watch looks. It has that tool watch look, but then it also has like a little bit of shine and pop to it as well. So it's a nice blend. Okay, up next, we are going for another Seiko. I love my Seikos. This is actually a chronograph. It was released this year. This is probably the newest watch I have in my collection. This one has a long name. It's the Seiko SSB479P1. So kind of a long name. But yeah, it was released this year, but they didn't really push it that much. I had to do a bit of digging on the Seiko website. I think it retails for about the 400 mark. It is a quartz watch, has a mineral crystal. So I think I paid like $250 on Amazon. It was on sale, even though it just came out, which is interesting. But kind of crazy to think you can get this for 250, which is the same price as a Moonswatch, and I would take this any day. This thing looks way more expensive than the price, and that's what I love about it. It has this sort of, it's not a lacquer dial, but it looks like lacquer. It's a very, very glossy, deep black. Very, very cool. Got that reverse panda thing going on. It really, really shines as well. Like the hour markers, just, they have this almost like rainbow effect in the light. This thing really, really pops. Okay, here it is on wrist, and it just looks so nice. It looks so much more expensive than it is. Honestly, I think this might be Seiko's best release of the year, and it's so underrated. Would highly recommend picking this up. Has a 44, I think 44.8 lug to lug, and it's a 38 mil watch, so it has that sort of vintage proportion. Looks really good. 20 mil lug width as well, so you can put it on anything. Just really nice. Would highly recommend. Okay, up next we have another Seiko, but this is actually a grand Seiko, the only grand Seiko I have in my collection. This is the SBGV245, otherwise known as the Gray Beast, is a sort of community name. Watchfinder did an iconic video back in the day on this watch, and I had been eyeing this watch because of that video for years, and the problem was this was a discontinued model. I think they might have only sold it in Japan. It might have been Japan and North America, but it was limited by market and discontinued, so it was kind of hard to find, and it was blowing up in popularity because of that Watchfinder video. So in the UK, I could only find this for like $3,000 and above, and they were kind of poor condition. So I was patient. I waited until I did my first ever Japan trip, and I found this watch there, and I got it for an amazing price. I think I paid like, literally, it might have been 2,000. It was like 2,100 after you get your tax-free discount. But yeah, I think this is a 40 mil watch. It might even be 41, which is a lot bigger than I would typically get for a three-hander. But it has a very restrained lug to lug at 40, I think it's 47, it might be 47.1. So it wears really well, same as the Tudor Black Bay 58. Has this really interesting kind of like tanky lug construction. You don't really see this design language with any other Seiko, any other Grand Seikos now. This also has loomed hour markers, which is amazing. This is also a 9F Quartz watch, which again, I have no problem with Quartz, especially 9F Quartz, the Ferrari of Quartz, basically. Okay, here it is on wrist. This thing just looks so good. It's so clean, and again, with that Grand Seiko Zuratsu polish that everyone likes to go on about, honestly, it does sparkle a lot. Like when you get this thing in the light, it's just kind of crazy how nice it looks. So yeah, really love this piece. I'm very happy to have a discontinued Grand Seiko in the mix. Speaking of watches you can only get in Japan, I'd like to go to this Citizen next, another Japanese brand. This watch is only available in Japan. So I got this on my second ever trip. As you can see, it's kind of become a bit of a tradition. It's just an excuse to buy a watch. But yeah, the thing about this watch is the dial. This is all dial. I mean, look at that blue striking dial. This is a hand applied lacquer and silver leaf finish dial. So no two dials are the same. So you're basically getting a Grand Seiko level dial, but for an incredible price, $350 with the tax-free shopping, which is unbelievable for the dial that you get. Also comes on this leather strap with a deployment clasp that's signed, which is quite nice. But really, it's all about the dial. I'm going to insert a shot of how this dial pops in the sunlight because it is mesmerizing. It is amazing. So this is the Citizen I think it's NB1060. I think if you search that, you'll find it. And yeah, basically get a Grand Seiko level dial for a fraction of the price. Also for a three-hand watch, it's 38 mil, so it's perfect sweet spot sizing. And yeah, this dial goes crazy. It's so nice. So yeah, much like that Seiko chronograph, this thing looks way more expensive than it is. Like, it doesn't look like a 350-pound watch. It looks really good. Would also make for a good dress watch. I think if you were wearing this to a wedding with a blue suit or something, this thing's gonna look $1 million. So yeah, very nice piece, and very shiny one. Nice dressy piece for the collection. Okay, next up, we're gonna go for Rolex, because what collection would be complete without a Rolex? This is of course a Datejust. This is the 36 mil variation with a silver dial. You can tell I kind of like this sort of monochrome look with the silver, but this watch is very special to me, because this is the only watch in the collection that someone else bought for me. It's the only one here that I didn't buy. This was a 30th birthday present from my family, which I am so grateful for. I couldn't believe that they bought me this. What's great is my dad, his whole life, he wore a Rolex Datejust with a silver dial. Obviously an older one from the 90s. And whenever I, like, honestly, whenever I even picture my dad, I always picture the kind of watch that he wears, because it was, I don't know, always stood out to me. It was always distinct. And now I kind of have like a watch that he had. It looks very much like the one he used to wear, just, you know, slightly updated. Here it is on wrist. This is the 36 mil, and I love the way it wears. Same size that my dad used to wear. And yeah, it's just so clean, so classy. But you can also wear this with a jeans and t-shirt, and it looks right at home. This could easily be your everyday watch. I tend to wear it on special occasions. I did try on the 41, but you know, like I say, 6¼ inch wrist. To me, it just looked like I could wear it, but it just looked a bit too big, and I didn't really like that. And I like that this is a bit lighter, can sneak under the cuff more easily. It's a lot more discreet. I like how plain this one looks. That's the whole point for me. I don't think anyone would really know what this is unless you know your Rolexes, but the average person I don't think is going to really know or look twice at this. So I think it's just super clean, and yeah, very happy and so grateful. Okay, second to last, we have so going from a Rolex to a humble Timex, but equally as good. This is the Timex GMT. This is, again, a 38 mil size. You're probably noticing a bit of a trend here. That tends to be the sweet spot for me. And this watch is amazing. I love how this looks. Definitely a bit of a throwback to the sort of pre-ceramic Rolex Pepsi models. The GMT complication, easily my favorite. Obviously, it is a quartz watch, but I actually really like that because I only really wear this when I travel. So it's great to just set the watch and then it runs perfect forever. Then you just have to set your GMT hand depending on where you're going. It actually came on a rubber strap, but I swapped it onto the bracelet because I think it just looks a little better. I think it elevates it a little more. And yeah, what a really nice, good looking piece. So yeah, there you go. That sort of retro style Timex Q GMT looks amazing. 38 mil. I think the lug to lug is around 44, 45. So very restrained and will fit, you know, everyone's wrist. Looks amazing and also just very practical. And last but not least, I do have a Moonswatch. I think everyone should own a Moonswatch. Why not? I think these are fun watches, great for traveling. If you live in London where it's unsafe to wear watches, I notice a lot of people are wearing these instead. Whether you like it or not, I think the Moonswatch has cemented itself in sort of like contemporary watch history, right? Like, it's undeniable. This has just made such a mark on the industry for better or worse. And one final wrist shot. Again, even though this is a 42, it works well on all wrists, which is quite nice. Interesting thing about this was I could not get one of these in London, and I tried really, really hard to get one. Honestly, I think there was a lot of shady stuff going on, because whenever they would restock, it would just all disappear. And I don't know, I think there was some shady business going on. So one of my friends was on a trip in Singapore, and she actually brought this back for me because she knew how much I was trying to get this. So this watch came in all the way from the Singapore watch store, which apparently just had everything. She was in the store FaceTiming me, showing me. She was like, look, they have everything. And I was like, wow, this is a very different experience in Singapore compared to London. So very, very happy to have this, and shout out to her for getting me this. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap it there. For watching, terrible. If you did like it, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, of course, no pressure. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Okay, I think we're good. Wow, look at how I'm recording this. Are you seeing this right now? It's my pro setup.